Hi, my name is Nurul Fatiehah and I will present consumer behavior in United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates witnessed significant population increase during the past few years because of major growth in the various economic sectors, which lead to influx of workers from diverse cultural and religious backgrounds. The population of UAE includes expats around 9.9 million people, which is only around 11.5% is UAE citizens and the remaining 88.5% made up of expatriate workers. The largest group of non-UAE nationals are from South ASEAN, includes Indians, Bangladeshi and Pakistani. The majority of the UAE population falls in the age group of 25 to 54 years old. A large part of this can be attributed to the expatriate population of working men and women who fall in the age category. UAE consists 6 Emirates, which Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Sharjah is the highly for populations and most popular Emirates among people. Currently, there are more women in higher education than men. However, the unemployment rate for women is about more than 5 times higher than men. The program that is the most popular is business, with the highest number of graduates, and the second popular program is humanities and social science. Arabic is the official and national language of the UAE. Apart from Arabic, English is widely used too. UAE practice Islam religions as a majority. Although the Emirates has one of the most diversified economies, its economy is highly dependent on petroleum and natural gas, which are its two primary natural resources. Over 90% of these natural resources come from Abu Dhabi. Approximately 85% of the economy of the UAE is based on oil export. Next, the culture and lifestyle of UAE is a beautiful combination of Islamic and Western styles. It is the country where everyone is guaranteed a free way living. This is why people from all around the world keep coming to UAE. People can lead their life in whatever way they like. It is the place where DJ's turntables keep spinning all night and the muezzin's morning call to prayer calls early in the morning. So, it wouldn't be wrong to say that UAE has harmonized the opposing forces to exist all together at one place. Due to this vibrant lifestyle and mixed culture, UAE is a very unique place in the world. However, the types of lifestyle that people enjoy in UAE is an active lifestyle. It can be seen, the active lifestyle adapted by the country is not only about how an individual enjoys and exercise on a daily basis, but it is created by the adaptation of recreational facilities in the area around the focus of visitors. Besides that, UAE governments also improve the way people live by build various types of indoors entertainment and recreation centers. For the cultural dimensions, hosted cultural dimensions used to measure and get to know more deeply about the cultural diversity adopted in UAE. It consists 6 dimensions, which is power distance index, individualism versus collectivism, masculinity versus femininity, uncertainty avoidance index, long versus short-term orientation, and indulgence versus restraint. The UAE scores high on power distance dimension, which means that people accept a hierarchical order in which everybody has a place and which needs no further justification. Hierarchy in an organization is seen as reflecting inherent inequalities. Centralization is popular, subordinates expect to be told what to do, and the ideal boss is a benevolent autocrat. The United Arab Emirates also considered as collectivistic society. This is manifest in a close long-term commitment to the member group, be that a family, extended family, or extended relationships. Loyalty is a collectivist culture is paramount and overrides most other societal rules and regulations. The society fosters strong relationships where everyone takes responsibility for fellow members of their group. A high score on masculine dimension indicates that the society of UAE will be driven by competition, achievement and success, with success being defined by the winner or best in field, a value system that starts in school and continues throughout organizational life. This means that the dominant values in UAE society are caring for others and quality of their life. Arab Emirates has a high preference for avoiding uncertainty. This country, exhibiting high uncertainty avoidance, maintain rigid codes of belief and behavior and are intolerant of unorthodox behavior and ideas. In these cultures, there is an emotional need for rules, even if the rules never seem to work. Such as time is money, people have an inner urge to be busy and work hard. Precision and punctuality are the norm. Innovation may be resisted, and security is an important element in individual motivation. Next, the normative nature of the Emirati society can be seen in its law on this long versus short-term orientation dimension. People in UAE societies have a strong concern with establishing the absolute truth where they are normative in their thinking. They exhibit great respect for traditions, a relatively small propensity to save for the future, and a focus on achieving quick results. Lastly, the United Arab Emirates, with a low score on the next dimension, can be said to be a restrained society. In contrast to indulgent societies, restrained societies do not put much emphasis on leisure, time, and control the gratification of their desires. People in UAE have the perception that their actions are restrained by social norms and feel that indulging themselves is somewhat wrong. Next, for the lifestyle and culture that can influence people's consumption habits and purchasing pattern in UAE, it can be seen people in this country to main consume products is automobiles, food franchises, bank or credit services, and health insurance. For automobiles, the frequency of purchase and use of these goods depends on the income rate of an individual, even though it is known that this country has a population that earns the highest wage rate. It is also influenced by their active lifestyle. For food franchises, people tend to use food services by choosing any franchise with halal certificates and handled by Muslim. All of this affects by their main region in the country. For bank or credit services, people depend on banks that offer any business and loans according to Sharia laws, and the use of health insurance because of they had a high score in uncertainty avoidance. They buy health insurance to be prepared for any eventuality that may arise in future. The UAE has the most diversified economy and was reliant on oil and gas for centuries, but the government has started giving equal prominence to all the sectors. This makes oil and gas and healthcare services as the two main business industries in UAE. UAE oil and gas business continues to grow each year and benefit many of their citizens by openness in their main company, which provided more employment opportunities, and all types of consumer in this country enjoy the benefits. For healthcare industries, the UAE healthcare sector has expanded to meet both the evolving needs of the UAE's population and the nation's ambition to become a regional medical tourism hub. This benefited to their citizens and also expatriates in the country to enjoy a variety of health services by experts at affordable prices without having to be a health tourist in another country. Lastly, the service that I wish to consume if I go to UAE is travel and tourism services. The uniqueness of Arabic culture in UAE is one of the attractions for us to enjoy, because apart from enjoying the beauty and technological advancement, we also can enjoy this country because they has a majority Muslim population and most of the people can speak English and very friendly. Even I have to pay for an expensive price, but I can say that all the experience and services provided by them can cover all the enjoyments we had. That's all from me. Thank you.